Hey everybody, I got something to tell you. Chuck Wendig got thrown into Twitter jail. That's my lead-in, okay, for this video. Didn't expect it. Didn't think Twitter had the balls to put someone like that into Twitter jail. But they did. It is fabulous. This is the first step to justice. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. I'm going to read you something. Through the grass, Jazz says, the place is loaded for war. Aron's protecting himself. I get that he's paranoid, given the changes cascading through the galaxy. But this is a whole other level. He's afraid, and he hasn't come out in days. From behind them, Nora hears Tendon working on something. A tink, 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 followed by a buzzing twist from a microspanner. What is he doing back there? Nora is about to ask when. That's from page 335. 337. Aftermath, Life Debt. Written by Chuck Wendig. I have never, the most poorly written pile of garbage I have seen in a long time. The use of tenses is just beyond the beyond. Let's see. The grass swishes and shakes as Singer crawls up on his belly. Ow, he says, flexing his hand and popping the knuckle of his thumb in his mouth. Well, that's all I'm going to read. Anyway, Wendig had a total meltdown when Justice Kavanaugh was confirmed, like he wasn't going to be confirmed, and basically made a threatening statement, retweeting threatening tweets from other, left-wing fascist sociopaths like himself. So I need to ask, does anybody out there, like me, think that he might be a liability for Disney? And why is he getting a new Vader comic? Miniseries of Vader comics? Why? How did this happen? I think Three Buck Theater asked the same question. Is Chuck Wendig a liability? Yes, he is. Is anybody out there that watches my channel gonna buy those comic books? No. Why? Because he's insane. He's violent-tempered. He's encourages other people to violence, and he's just a PR nightmare. So why is he still? Why? So these are the questions one has to ask Bob Iger, Kevin Feige, Marvel Comics Division, the Lucasfilm Comics Division, etc., etc. Now we know how probably he got his gigs at writing these shitty books that are so poorly written. Carrie Hart. Here's the deal. These people weren't hired because they're good writers, like they were back when they were writing the EU. They were hired because they're activists. This is not writing. This is garbage. This is something, I don't even understand the use of how he uses tense. This is stuff that would get you thrown out of the writers program at the University of Iowa. You could not produce this for them. And if you did, that's how bad the program's gone down. If they actually said, oh, that's great, go with it. So I'm at a loss. And then his Twitter tirades, his name-calling, urging violence against people he doesn't agree with, etc., etc. This guy's bad news, and he has to go, okay? And we all know it. Does Disney know it? I think they do. I think they should. The idea that they announced he was negotiating a comic book, a Vader comic, at New York Comic Con, And then a couple of days ago or something, I'll put the tweets on here. He's basically talking about the 5 comic miniseries he's got for Vader. Why? Why would you have someone who A, can't tell a story, B, drives your customers away, and C, is bad, crazy, and a fanatic right for you? He's not professional, okay? The man is not professional. And I really think that Disney needs to be urged to pull out of the contract. Pay him off and send him on his way. Do something. But they shouldn't really have anything to do with someone like this. These are kids. You want your kids to be able to buy this. You want to be able to enjoy it. Instead, you know you're going to get an SJW meltdown on every page because he can't keep out of it. See, here's the deal. None of these people that Carrie Hart ultimately hired were hired because they're good writers. She hired them because they have a similar political agenda like hers is. And hence, this is why the Star Wars comics, movies, novels suck. Because they're not telling stories anymore. None of these people really even understand Star Wars to begin with. Okay? If they did, well, they probably wouldn't be running around screaming at people on the internet who disagree with them. Attacking the president, urging assassination, urging violence against senators and congressmen and political people they don't agree with politically, which is what Wendig has been doing. I mean, we've all seen those tweets. He deleted them, but Twitter is forever. And, like I said, at the beginning of this, he got put into Twitter jail. This is only the beginning. We have to really put pressure on Disney to distance themselves from him and discontinue any business with him. And now rather than later. He's absolutely got no business working for that corporation. I mean, they're supposed to be family friendly, and you've got a writer advocating violent revolution. Not how the Force works, and that's not how business works. He's not professional, like I said. He doesn't understand how he looks to other people. He has absolutely no self-awareness whatsoever. No professional no idea at all on how to behave like a professional at all. Here we are. So you guys, I'm just gonna say this: boycott the comics, boycott the movies, boycott the novels. This is garbage. All right, he can't even write, and he's on Twitter ranting and raving. It's time for him to go. All right, it's time for Disney to decide, what do they want? Do they want to sell comic books and make Star Wars fans happy, or do they want so we spend money, or do they want to continue a business arrangement with someone who is making them look bad? Because ultimately, what is done in Disney and Bob Iger's name reflects upon them. Okay? And every time Wendig opens his mouth, he makes all of them look bad. And that hurts business. And ultimately, it's about doing business, not selling a bunch of leftist dirtbag propaganda. Hey, we got Pablo Hidalgo shut down. Who says we can't get Chuck Wendig shut down? Okay, so it's up to you guys. Every time he tweets, and you get a screen capture, you send it to Disney. You send it to Bob Iger. He's on Twitter. You let him see what kind of people he's doing business with. This is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy. War. We are at war with these people, and we'll win it, and we are winning. But the battle ain't over. Okay? See you around the galaxy.